Okay, before we start this week's episode, I just want to read a message from a man who tried the Kivin method that Emily Morris recommended to us last week. The Kivin method, as we said, is a new way to go down on a vulva, and it's supposed to be more effective and faster. This guy writes, "Dude, the Kivin method totally made my wife come hard in 4 minutes." 4 minutes? From oral? That's amazing. So I just want to say thank you again to Dr. Emily Morris for coming on last episode and teaching us this new way to come. If you guys didn't hear it, go back, listen to it again, or just look up the Kivin method. Thank you, Emily, and all the sex educators and scientists out there. Thank you for finding out new, exciting ways to get off for us. Also, on a serious note, thank you to all of our healthcare workers and all the first responders and everybody on the front lines, food delivery people, everyone who is helping out during this crisis. You guys, if you can help those people, please do it. Tip your delivery people more and donate to your healthcare workers. If you can donate to your local hospitals, that is amazing. Any hospital near you will have a donation portion on their site. And also food banks. Food banks are a very helpful thing to do. So wherever you are, look up like the Food Bank of New York, the Food Bank of LA, anywhere that you are, find the food bank nearby and try to support those people. We also want to give a huge thanks to Helix Sleep. Take their 2-minute sleep quiz and they will match you to a mattress that will give you the best sleep of your life. Find your perfect mattress at helixsleep.com/howcome. Okay, I'm really excited for this episode because this week's guest is an insanely popular comedian who he basically revolutionized stand-up comedy going online. He's one of the first people, if not the first, to put consistent stand-up clips from him at clubs on Instagram, on YouTube, whereas most comics, like the whole thing was, don't burn your material, save it for a special. This guy puts it out all the time. All the comics have been following suit. He also is one of the first people, alongside myself, to start a live show during the pandemic. You can check out his show, Corona's Got Talent, on Instagram Live and be a part of it. Before the pandemic, he was a globally touring comedian. He actually let Ben open for him the week before quarantine started here in Portland. So we hung out with him. We went to a vegan strip club. It was a lot of fun. But you know him from his work on Guy Code and Girl Code on MTV, the Brilliant Idiots podcast, Flagrant, and the Amazon original series Sneaky Pete. His name is Andrew Schulz, and if you like his comedy, you're going to love this episode. If you don't know about his comedy, you might not, but I'll leave it up to you guys. It's a nice trip down memory lane for me because we recorded it in October. Or as Andrew said when we had a Zoom call the other day, when I still had a grandmother. So true. It was before Nanny passed away. And you can actually hear people in the house. It's fun to listen back on. But anyway, so we had a Zoom call the other day just to like catch up on stuff. And that whole Zoom conversation video and the conversation is available on patreon.com/howcome. And I recommend signing up for the extra content because it's only $5 for everything now. And there are lots of things to catch up on. But as I was saying, because this is a comedian episode and not a doctor episode and not a topic-based episode, I want to remind you guys that Andrew's opinions are his own and that statistics are not to be trusted. Also, major trigger warning for this episode. Andrew is known to say flagrant stuff, like the name of one of his podcasts, and joke about hot button topics. So there are jokes about murder, rape, pedophilia, and more. But please know that we don't support any of those things. I had a great time recording this. We do fight a little bit, but also I know that Andrew has changed his stance on some of these topics, and I also know that a lot of this remains a joke. And yeah, I think you guys are really going to like this episode. If you don't, please let me know, as always. If you like this podcast, you guys rate, review. If you haven't subscribed, I hope you guys already do that, but rate us, write something nice about us. It's so helpful. It's so nice. It gives me butterflies in my tum-tum. And go on. Oh my God, I've noticed so many more of you guys have been sharing it on Instagram, on your stories, on hard posts. It's so appreciated. Thank you so much. And if you want to go the extra mile, again, sign up for Patreon at patreon.com/howcome. If you want some merch, howcomepodcast.com. We've got some killer merch coming out. I can't wait to roll out the shirts that we're doing, I think, next week. But yeah, enjoy this episode with Andrew Schulz. And yeah, here we go.
How come I can't achieve? How come I can't achieve? I'm rolling up my sleeves. Oh baby, I believe these guests can help, 'cause I can't do it by myself. I wanna just...
Today we have Andrew Schulz here. Welcome, Andrew Schulz. Thank you so much for being here.
Of course, thank you for having me. Long time in the making.
Long time in the making. Yeah, you've been traveling a lot.
I've been out, but I promised I would do it, so here I am.
Where was the best of your travels?
Russia.
What'd you do there?
Stand up.
Besides
just checked out Russia, or not even all of Russia, obviously, but Moscow is just...
Where that like pretty church is that looks like a cake.
Yes.
Yeah, I want to eat that.
Yeah, we were saying that like that is the best way to get the little boys to the church.
It looks like marzipan.
Yes.
It's delicious.
It is made out of candy, so you don't have to bribe them with candy.
Right. Oh,
they
great way to start the pod.
You brought this up. I wasn't going to get into it.
You brought up Russia.
No, Russia was fascinating. It was just the most unique structural place I've ever been to. You know, like I've been very fortunate to, travel a lot doing comedy.
Yeah.
And, I've been to Europe. I was just back in Australia. Australia was the most similar place I've ever been.
That was the most jealous I was because of the animals.
Oh, you love animals.
I love
That's
them.
right. Yeah. And they have the most unique animals because there's really no predators.
Yeah.
There's dogs. That's their big predator.
Do you know about the kakapo?
Quokka?
Kakapo.
What's a kakapo?
It's a bird in New Zealand that's like almost extinct because it initially had no predators and then it evolved to like not fly. It just like walks around. It's like fat as fuck.
Because why would you fly if you didn't have to?
Yeah, and its only predators are like hawks above. So it was like, oh, I'll just like freeze and be green and fat
on the ground.
On the floor.
I'm a tree.
And then
all right, I didn't see those because I wasn't in New Zealand. I was
you were
in Australia.
It's a different thing. Oh my god, I'm gonna get yelled
Very
at
American
for
of you to just assume those two places were the same.
I'm just saying it's like an isolated place where things could evolve.
They're the same. It's
where
fine.
Things could evolve in peace.
That's
without
why.
predators.
That's why the animals are so fascinating out there. Like you see kangaroos and you're just like, oh, this is a rabbit.
Yeah.
This is a giant rabbit. This is what happens to rabbits when they don't have to run away from shit. Because there's no lion, there's no tiger.
I think about like a society where there were no predators, like, but with humans.
Yeah.
Like, what would we do? We'd get so much done. We wouldn't be scared. We'd all be scientists.
Or we'd sit there like the koalas.
Oh, I don't know.
And girls would just get fat.
Still sounds fun.
That's really what would happen.
Fun.
Would we like the way that we would look if there was no competition and no natural predator, nothing to keep us in line? Like, look at society falling apart right now because we have no real predator. I mean, what you're describing is America, right?
What?
You're describing America. Like, what is our natural predator? We're not like worried about other people infiltrating. Like, our biggest deal is what? What are we most concerned about? A trade agreement with China? That's the fucking
I don't know.
society
I feel like
falling apart.
Girls are like scared of rape.
Yeah, but that's your mom that does that.
What?
Yeah, like I figured this out. I've been thinking about this a lot, like because I'm like, why are women so obsessed with true crime, right? Like all these podcasts and TV shows, and I've been asking a lot of women just why, like, what is it about? Like, if you could just really kind of like, what is it inside? Not that it's entertaining. We're all entertained by things we're afraid of, right? Like that's why we like action movies and like theme parks and that kind of stuff. But like beyond that, why is there like a 90% viewer rating, women to men, for these true crime podcasts? It's insane.
What
it's
about like the Ted Bundy docs?
And that became like
shit?
Ubiquitous with like just entertainment. So I think guys watched it a little bit, but we had a different relationship with it.
It's like their entry into Bravo. It's like my girlfriend's watching it, so why don't I?
Exactly. Yeah, that's our Bachelor in Paradise.
Yeah.
I'm not going to invest in a whole season, but I could do some like beach shit.
Okay, yeah.
So, But yeah, so I was talking to this girl, and she brought up an interesting point. I won't take credit for it, but she said,
So nice of you.
I gotta give her credit.
God.
You know why I'm giving her credit? Because she's a journalist, and like, so this is her
And
intellectual property.
Yeah,
if it
okay,
was just
great.
a regular person, I'd
You would
steal
totally
it in
steal
a fucking
it.
heartbeat.
Fucking hate that.
Civilians.
I fucking hate
Civilians. So she's an interesting. She like did like war journalism. So she went to like North Africa and like traveled around like during the whole fucking fall of Libya and shit. Like it was pretty crazy stuff.
Yeah.
So she goes, you know what it is? Like ever since I was a kid, every time I would leave the house, my mom would be like, "Be careful, you're gonna get raped or murdered. Be careful, you're gonna get raped or murdered. Be careful, you get like nonstop." And she goes, and you know what? That didn't happen. And I think that we're obsessed with this true crime because it's confirming a bias that was like implanted in us that we really don't live. You know, I think like when it comes to even like instances of rape, like with women, it's not some random guy. It's a guy that they know, a family member,
Sure.
somebody kind of close to them. It's not the alleyway rape that like our
Right,
parents
that-
told us.
Yeah. I mean,
So-
my mom was not that person for me, but my dad
Or dad.
still makes me watch Taken every time I fucking go to Europe or something. Like he
Dude,
think
my girl literally before she came to New York when she was 14 to like study ballet from like, and her mom watched Law and Order SVU with her for like 4 months.
Yeah.
Every night
Yeah.
before in like preparation.
That's a very interesting point because we're like so scared of like the rapes that are like random and shit, but then you're not really prepared for like the actual sexual assault that
Which
like happens all the time.
The guy at work.
Yeah.
The guy at the party.
And your friend, like I've talked about
Your
this on
friend?
the podcast. Oh, all the time, like all the time. No. All the time. But like
I'm staring at my drink like, what?
Oh my god,
Where'd you go with that?
it's clear, Andrew. Calm down.
That's right. This is not Ari's podcast.
Also, what? This is going to get me in so much trouble. But
Just saying.
what would a passed out man be of any benefit to a woman? We can't fucking come with your passed out body. What am I going to shake your hand on my vagina?
That limp dick scissor.
My vagina.
Your vagina.
Wow, what
Yeah.
just happened? Yeah,
You
wait,
got comfy. You're 100% right. I'm sure we have those fears. I'm trying to think like what those fears are.
no, but like
for
like the
us.
things that actually happened were like oh, a guy would flash my tits at a party without my consent or whatever, and you just have to like be cool with it, or else you were a fucking loser. When that's like a fucking traumatic thing to happen.
Sure.
Like that's like, oh, they weren't even. It wasn't cold. They looked horrible.
I've got more projection.
I can do better.
That's so, yeah, it's so true. Yeah, because I doubt, and this is my suspicion, like I doubt true crime about like rape and murder is popular in countries where there's a lot of rape and murder. Hi, how you doing? This is cool. This is part of the experience.
No, it's so fun. You don't know how many wonderful people have been in this
I
apartment.
can imagine.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's what it's like you don't want to hear about that experience, but I think that we have this experience that we're like curious about because we've been told about it, or maybe women have been told about it their whole lives and it actually hasn't happened like that. So they just want to confirm that it is real. I haven't been lied to. Something's out there. It's like your UFOs.
I mean, they're out there. That's really narcissistic to think we're the only ones. Come on.
It's not about we're the only
Come
ones.
on. Anyway.
The UFO shit isn't the only ones. That's what people don't get. It's not like if you're the only one or not. It's if this is happening simultaneously in history. Right?
Oh, yeah.
That's the tricky part is like
Yeah,
could
no,
two
totally.
completely cataclysmic events happen concurrently
on
right?
different sides of the galaxy.
different sides of the galaxy, and then could one of those people develop enough technology to visit the other before that society dies?
Peters out.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because we'll be here for how long?
Yeah. Oh, smart.
Right?
You're fun.
So that's the thing. It's that
Yeah.
people don't get about it. Of course, there's other civilizations
yeah.
and other aliens, but are they going to be?
Is
in
it right now?
This snap
And
of a
can
second.
we get to them and would we ever know?
We're not going to get to
I
them.
don't know. All right. So you've been traveling. You're a man about town usually, but you currently have a girlfriend, which is has that been going on for a long time?
I think we like decided on a date.
Oh,
That it was official. I think it was like April 17th, I think.
cute.
But we had been dating for a while.
Yeah.
You know, I have a kind of excuse me, like a weird dating strategy when it comes to like deciding someone is my girlfriend.
Okay.
Where like I act as if they're my girlfriend for about 2 weeks without them knowing.
Ah.
To see if I can emotionally handle it.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Because for me, it's like, I don't want to assume.
What's the shift when you're acting like they're your girlfriend? Like you're down to text them more, or like
no. There's really no different like behavior.
Okay,
but it's maybe there's different behavior on Instagram. Maybe I'm not like liking these fucking random chicks pics, that kind of stupid shit.
Yeah,
whatever. But then there's also just like, how do I feel being like emotionally responsible for this person? Like. It's not about
actually
the act
listening to the stories.
Oh no, I love listening.
Okay,
like I love listening to her. She's cool. Like all that shit's easy. We wouldn't even be here if it was up to that. But what I mean, like,
no, I'm not even saying with her. I'm saying with any girl. You're saying you have a normal strategy.
Yes, but it's like that's what people don't get. I think about like liking the pics. Mm-hmm. It's never about the pics. We don't really care about the pics. It's I'm gonna not do something for someone else. So it's not the act of liking the pic.
Yeah,
it's going. Hey, I'm at the club with some friends and a girl comes up and she starts like shaking her ass and that kind of shit like that. Mm-hmm. Maybe I'm not going to dance with this girl in this provocative way for this other person that's not even here.
And
none
doesn't
of her friends
know
are
that
here.
You're committed in this 2-week period.
Right.
And you're just seeing at the
how
end
do
of
I
the
like
night,
this life?
Do I go home and am I like, or are you like, yeah, that was good.
100%.
Happy to go home, talk to you.
Boom.
Great.
Even if I don't go home and talk to you, do I like the life of me being committed to you before I do it? Because once I say it, the worst is you say it and then you go, oh my God, did I make the wrong decision?
Yeah.
I can't share that information with you.
Yeah.
That's the toughest thing about a relationship. It's like, how do you're supposed to share everything, you're supposed to purge everything, but how do you share something with someone that could potentially make them insecure and hurt them?
Totally.
That's selfish.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you that I need time away from you so that I can love you. That's a hard thing.
Is that you need like a lot of alone time generally?
Not a lot, but I need some.
Yeah.
Like I remember like even this week, like it was Monday and my girl was like, yeah, next Tuesday we should do something. And I was like, it's not even this Tuesday. Like I need, that's too much ahead. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I got like a little bit.
Yeah, but that's
constricted.
That's the thing, even with me and my sister, is like she's such a planner and I'm not. I'm like, can I just come over and play video games? Like Charlotte and I went to therapy because we value our relationship.
Smart.
And the therapist was like, Remy, in your ideal world, like what would your sisterhood look like?
I like when I'm coping with something vulnerable voice.
Yeah.
Therapy. Hard to say this in my regular voice.
Literally. Oh my God. That's so funny. I got called out so hard for doing that on Birthright.
Does Birthright come with this apartment?
It does. Yeah, it comes in the lease. Oh, there's something wrong with me.
Yeah.
Like I have a personality disorder.
No.
It's fine.
No, you just compartmentalize and like you
do.
That's it. That's actually high level intellect.
What's your sign? Why are you?
Scorpio.
Wow.
Yeah.
Interesting. I feel like you're like an empath though.
Yeah.
Like you like get people.
Too much.
Yeah. Oh, does it hurt?
No.
Okay.
But it's like, it is.
You ever see people and cry on the street?
Say again?
Like just see people and you feel for them and cry?
Can I tell you something that I've done?
Yeah.
I don't see them and cry. I see them and I create the dynamic and story.
Me too.
I used to go to this boxing gym called Mendez Boxing.
Okay.
You know Mendez Boxing.
I do.
It's a very, very popular boxing gym in the city. I remember I was working out and there was this young preppy kid, and I knew he was kind of like preppy because he had the traditional boys' school gym outfit. Mm-hmm. You know, like the kids who went to like Xavier, one of these kind of schools, or like collegiate, whatever. And it's the gray sweatpants, and there's like a collared white shirt, and that was like their gym attire. Yeah, right. Like with we're gonna work out the fancy
sweatpants.
Yeah, sure, right. So, and he was taking this boxing class from this African trainer, right, and I built up, while I'm working out, mind you, I built up this story where like his parents kind of neglected him and he wasn't really there, but he learned what it was to be like a man and protect yourself from his trainer, and his trainer learned from him the value of like responsibility and like, I forget exactly what the dynamic was, but like I created this thing and I started fucking tearing up while I'm working out, and I'm just pretending it's sweat. I'm like taking my glove, I'm just like moving out of the way, but I 100% do this.
Yeah, I do it too. I was like in the airport once and I saw this woman working really late, and I like visualized like, I wonder what her commute home is like. Like it probably takes so fucking long to get here. And like then she has to do this, and she's the last woman here and she's cleaning up all the trash. And I was just like, does her family even appreciate everything that she sacrificed?
But what is that?
I don't know.
No,
because
do.
I genuinely don't think I'm that nice of a person.
It's not about nice, right? I think what it is like, you build up, you know how like you have like a sleep debt? You ever not sleep for a while and then you have like sleep for like 14 hours, right? It's like you need that sleep.
It's a catharsis of emotion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that can often happen like with sensitive people, where it's like in order to function in society, you build up like a sensitivity debt.
Yeah.
Right? You're like, I'm going to wall off. I'm not
Yeah.
going to really feel any of the comments or any of the, things that people are saying
too
about
hard.
whatever's going on. It can be difficult.
Yeah.
So you wall. But the levees break eventually. So
The levees live in this building, actually.
do they?
Yeah.
On the 6th and 9th and 11th floor. There are many generations of the levees.
If you guys remember the flood a few months back, that was the levees.
That was the levees.
Yeah.
Yeah. These are really nuanced Jewish/Hurricane Katrina jokes.
No, we had a flood in this apartment.
Are you fucking kidding?
Yeah, no, a pipe burst right there.
But the levees are, about what happened in
Oh, yeah,
New Orleans.
yeah.
But you didn't even know that there was a double entendre that was
I'm just
working.
so secretly smart.
Oh, dude. That's hilarious. Whoa. I was like, yo, this is a sophisticated levee breaking joke you got going on.
Yeah, I went to a private school, you guys. So I just have to take a little break from the episode because whenever we talk about the flood in the house that week period, that it flooded twice and everything in the house was destroyed, and all I cared about was, is my Helix mattress okay? And it was. And you guys also wrote in about it and you were like, is the mattress okay? And it like, thank God it was, because it's really one of my only possessions that I care about. Like when I think about how tough this quarantine has been, it's partly because I'm scared and sad for the world, and partly because I really miss my mattress, and a good night's sleep could be really helpful right now. No shade to the beds in Ben's parents' house, but they're nothing compared to my Helix sleep mattress. They give you the best night sleep of your life, and you deserve that. Things are really hard right now. Things are scary. People are nervous if they're going to get sick. You know what the best thing you can do for your immune system is at a time like this? Get a good sleep. Replenish your body. Take their 2-minute sleep quiz at helixsleep.com/howcome, and it'll match you to the best mattress for your body type and give you the best sleep of your life. I know some of you are sleeping on really bad mattresses right now, and you deserve better than that. Also, it's the perfect time to order these because they come in a box. There is no going to pick out beds in person. You take a 2-minute sleep quiz and it's delivered to your door, and then you get to watch it expand and open up and grow, and it's like growing a boyfriend, only this thing's reliable. No, I'm just kidding. But literally my Helix mattress, I miss it every single day. I know that some of you, oh, this is really cute. One of our listeners ordered one for his grandmother. Isn't that sweet? You can't touch them, but you can order them a mattress. So go. Helix Sleep has a quiz that takes you just 2 minutes to complete, and it matches your body type and sleep preferences to the perfect mattress for you. If you like a mattress that's really soft or firm, you sleep on your side or your back or your stomach, or you sleep really hot, with Helix, there is a specific mattress for each and everybody's unique taste. Helix is also actually designed their mattress for sex. I know that I've told you guys this, but I'm going to remind you. All of their mattresses are hybrids, meaning they have springs and foam, unlike many other companies. So having springs in your mattress keeps you from sinking in too much and gives you the perfect level of bounce. And their high quality springs are incredibly quiet and won't sag, even during your non-sleeping activities. A wink, wink. I took my quiz and I was matched with the Helix Sleep midnight because I'm fancy and I'm a badass. And I'd like to see if any of you match my body. But I love it. And I was sleeping better. I was falling asleep right away. Here, I need to smoke a little more weed. And Ben and I both had like our own preferences for each side, so it was like perfect. Here we get a little more angry at each other. But you guys, don't be like me. Get your mattress. Go to helixsleep.com/howcome. Take their 2-minute sleep quiz. They'll match you to the perfect customized mattress that will give you the best sleep of your life. They have a 10-year warranty, and you get to try it out for 100 nights, risk-free. That's a lot of nights. They'll even pick it up for you if you don't love it, but we know that you will. Helix is offering up to $200 off of all mattress orders and 2 free pillows for our listeners at helixsleep.com/howcome. That is Helix, HELIX, sleep.com/howcome for up to $200 off. Go, get them. All right, now let's get back to the episode.
Which school did you go to?
I went to Riverdale.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
How old are you?
I'm 30.
I went
How old are you?
35, but I went
Then
to
you-
Wagner Middle School and then PS6.
Okay.
So a lot of my friends in middle school started breaking off to Fieldson, Riverdale.
Yeah. Oh, so you're like city.
I was born and raised in Manhattan.
Okay. Did you find like that we grew up too fast sexually and shit?
Yeah, but like, it's this weird thing. Like, you went to Riverdale, right?
Yeah.
And so like you kids grew up in this odd way where it was a little bit different. Like, how do I explain it? Like, I saw friends of mine transition, right? Like, I
Yeah.
saw friends. Do you remember that article that came out? Like, you were probably way too young to understand this, but it was about like these like young private school kids that were like being badass and like joining these like fake. They were like doing these fake gangs and that kind of shit like that. This like doing drugs.
Was
and
that
young.
the creative story 12 written by a guy at Riverdale?
No, but like it
Okay.
was the Vanity Fair article that was before that.
Okay.
But I do know that story 12. and,
Okay.
like, that drug dealer named Big Mike or whatever.
Yeah.
Like I remember him at parties and shit
Yeah.
like that. This is an image of him. It's
Yeah.
not really him, but like
Right.
yes, exactly. So like my friends kind of grew up in the age that like inspired that. And I would see these parties and I'd see like these girls that were out, and it was funny, like anytime my friends had beef, I operate in these two worlds, right? My folks have a beach house in Fire Island, so I met all these like private school kids out there. But I also went to public school my whole life. You know?
Yeah.
So like I would operate in these two worlds, and I was always finding it fascinating. Like anytime my friends in private school would have like, beef or drama, they'd ask me to like bring my black friends to the fights and like specifically say that. They're like, yo, do you think you could bring like any of your black friends to like this fight?
Oh my
I'm like,
God.
But yeah, I think there are certain kids that really did grow up too fast there.
Yeah.
But
But you
I
weren't
didn't
one of
feel
them.
that
Okay.
exactly. I think I grew up at a faster rate than most, but like my friends in the suburbs were probably doing way more drugs
Right.
out of sheer boredom.
Yeah.
We had things to do that were exciting. We didn't need to do that.
Go to Papaya King. Why not?
Exactly. You go that, you know what I mean? Exactly.
Hang out on 86 and Lex.
There
Like
it
a Smirnoff
is.
Ice on a stoop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
Smoke a pack of Marlboro Reds for no reason.
Yes. Yeah, that was the life, man. That was the fucking life.
Yeah.
Or Second Avenue. It was up on like Second Avenue in the 70s and 80s.
Yeah.
Right by the comic strip.
So funny. Yeah, me and Sam Morrill grew up in the same building.
Really?
Yeah.
Get
Isn't that
out of here.
weird? Yeah, it's always interesting for me, like New York comics. Like, did you always appreciate living in New York? Because for me, I only was like it was like when I was like 2 years into comedy and I like went to LA and there were like no shows to do that I was like, whoa. Like I live in New York. Like I don't think I valued it for the other reasons that anybody else did, that it was like chic and like stuff to do.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like there is stuff to do, but we all end up doing the same stuff. Like New
Yeah.
Yorkers have this thing where we're like, why is New York so great? You ask a New Yorker and they're like, oh, we got the theater and we got
How much
Broadway.
are you going to the theater?
You ain't never going to fucking theater. And if
Yeah.
you do, you're going to Lion King.
Yeah.
Like you're not really going
Yeah.
to Wicked or any
And
of
then
these
you're
shit.
like, this isn't as good as I remembered.
Dude. But we love, you know what it is? It's like, you know how every time you get the new iPhone, it needs to have some shit that justifies you getting it? Like this has the 3 cameras.
Yeah.
That's New York City in a fucking, like, dead it. Why do I live here? Why do I pay, $4,000 a month in rent? Why do I do this? Well, because I got the theater.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I got the subway. I can go wherever I need to go. I got the park.
You can go to Central Park. When do you go? Actually, I go quite often. Whenever my mental health is suffering.
You don't go to the river instead?
Sometimes I go to the river and I watch it go by.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like that'd be much better.
Yeah, but there's no animals at the river. There's animals in the park.
And there are. You could actually see, you get to little some fish.
This is not good. I've gotten to no dating topics, but
It's okay.
we will.
I didn't know this was like an interview. I thought it was just
it's
talking
like,
shit.
I know. That's I'm so like
Conflicted.
unsure. Yeah, I'm very conflicted.
Don't be conflicted.
Maybe I'll just start another podcast that's
No,
just like
just
fun
do what
with
the fuck
Remy.
you want to do. That's what you got to do. They're not here for anything else than you. They're invested
That's
in you.
not true. They just want to come. They want to learn about science. Anyway. Hi.
But
that's good.
like this coming thing, it's just like, just do it. Just practice and then fucking do it.
Oh, no, I've already done it.
No, you have. But like
Oh,
anybody
yeah, for
listening,
other people. No, listen to the first 6 episodes over and over and over
is it
again.
that
Do
hard?
my assignments.
Like, is it really that hard to just sit down and play with your pussy until it feels good enough to come? Is it that fucking difficult?
I think for a lot of people, and for me, what it was like getting in your head and being like, I've never done this. Why would it happen now?
Oh, that's the hardest part. Is just getting over doing it.
Yeah.
But then once you do it,
No. I'm saying like I've never like I diddled for years,
But
but
nothing
nothing ever happened.
Ah.
Yeah. I didn't know it was goal oriented, but anyway, I think this was on a podcast I listened to.
Okay.
But I liked this quote from you. You said, "Date successful women because successful women have priorities, and nothing turns me on more than not being your number one priority."
Yeah.
Nobody should be you should be your number one priority.
Until you have kids, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy, right?
Yeah. Oh, I'd feel so bad for my kids.
Because they wouldn't be.
No.
Well, that's why they end
We'll
up
see.
growing fast in New York.
Yeah, because you leave them.
Because there are a lot of parents who have the time but don't spend it.
No,
And your kids know the difference, by the way.
Did
like-
your parents spend time with you?
Yeah, they were incredible. They're incredible. And they work their ass off. I mean, all my work ethic comes from my folks. But like the difference I noticed between like the rich private school kids and like the poor public school kids, both their parents couldn't be around. Or rather weren't around.
Yeah.
But the poor kids knew their parents didn't have a fucking choice. They knew their mom was working 3 jobs.
Yeah.
The rich kids were like, we're rich. Just
Yeah,
don't
where are
work
you?
as hard, Dad.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
you can't take a little time off to fucking hang out with me. That's you, right? It's like, we're millionaires. We own AT&T or whatever the fuck it is, right? And
Yeah.
like, it's
Take a
gotta-
summer Friday.
Real talk, it's got to crush you as a kid.
Yeah.
It's got to fucking destroy you.
Or a wife even like
100%.
like that. It's like, wait, you have the option to come home and
you don't.
You don't?
You don't fucking come home. So like that's why those kids end up doing heroin and the city kids end up smoking weed. You're smoking weed out of like the poor kids. They smoke weed out of boredom. They smoke weed because they're trying to like hang out and be cool. Heroin is there's a fucking bottomless pit inside you and you need to fill that shit.
Yeah.
And like I, seeing my friends like sweet kids that in middle school and even elementary school are really fine, like kind of fall into that kind of stuff. And I was like, why? When I was young, I never understood. I was like, but you can get all the sneakers you want. Right? Like you got all the video games you want. Like what is it? And it has nothing to do with that. It's like my dad would play catch
Yeah. That's really nice.
all the time, whenever I wanted.
Did he do talks too? Like
But
was he like
anything.
a sensitive?
The best.
That's so nice.
The best.
Did he teach you about like boners and girls and
I didn't really need. I mean, I told him the first time I jerked off, like as it was, and the first time I came. Came like had sex. I told him the next day. And the first time I jerked off, I told him. Like I remember we
Yeah.
played basketball, and I sat him down afterwards, and I was like, "Dad, I jerked off last night."
I'm a new man.
Yeah, and I felt guilty. I felt like if I told him this, I wasn't going to be his little boy anymore.
Oh.
I was scared that I like lost some innocence with him. But he was the man. Like he had a horrible relationship with his dad, and he's the example of you breaking the chain.
Yeah.
Like he did everything in his power to be the best. He's like, I'm gonna do everything opposite from my dad. So it's completely possible. I 100% believe in that shit. But he just gave everything. Like he's just nonstop give.
That's so nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like, I don't know, most of the dads that create good, like hardworking and like sensitive humans, like were that way themselves.
100%. 100%. That the hardworking shit is all from them. My mom and my dad, like just tirelessly, like seeing them do like 18-hour days. I mean, that's why I'll just never complain about like hard work because I saw them work.
What do they do?
They owned a dance studio.
Cool.
Yeah.
Fun.
Just taught like partner dancing.
Dance mom and dad.
Yeah. My dad used to be like a journalist and was doing a story on my mom.
What?
He was doing a story on my mom he used to be like a news producer for NBC, and he was doing a story on my mom, and then they met and then fell in love, and then he
That's
started
so cute.
running my mom's studio. Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
So they were like a good example for relationships and shit.
Yeah. And I think they like understood, like what I got from them was they worked together, but not together. Mm-hmm. Like my mom was there during the day and my dad was there during the night, but we had dinner together, but that was like the time they spent together. Mm-hmm. And that's the amount of time you fucking should.
Yeah.
This like spend all your time together stuff kills a marriage, kills couples. Like,
yeah. You need stuff to bring back to each other and be like, this is something I did today that like you weren't there for.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely. Do you think, like, we were talking about how you're like a bit of an empath, that's the reason you enter into relationships slower because 100%. you don't want to like break anyone's heart.
The exact reason. Yeah. I don't want to get in this unless I know I want to, because the last thing I want to do is hurt you.
Yeah.
You know, and that's also my biggest struggle with relationships is sometimes you need to say things that will hurt. Mm-hmm. The intent is not to hurt, but they will hurt that person. Yeah. And that's the toughest thing about running a business. Like, that's the toughest thing about being a boss. Being a leader, easy. Being a boss is hard. Yeah. Because I need to say shit to you. Yeah. That's gonna make you feel
less than sometimes. Yeah.
And I have to. Because if I don't, we're not going to go where I need this to go. Mm-hmm. And that is fucking painful. Same thing in a relationship. It's like, I need to tell you, I want to not hang out with you today. Yeah. I don't even want to hang out with someone else.
Right. I just don't want to hang out with you.
And how do you take that information from someone who loves you, loves you and you love, and like, how do you take that information and then understand it? Mm-hmm. Whew. Yeah.
Well, eventually, I think like when you enter into a relationship where they like understand your needs and stuff, it's like not that offensive because it doesn't mean like you don't want to see me right now, but it's not an all the time thing.
Yes, and you get that.
Yeah,
and maybe you get that because you're 30 and you've been in relationships and you've felt those feelings. Mm-hmm. But when we're both young, when we're
I've gained a lot of credit this year.
Really,
people just trust me now because I'm 30. It's great.
For real.
Yeah,
you can officially call people young.
Yeah.
I feel like before 30, we don't want to hear anybody call anybody else young. But after 30, you've crossed the threshold. You can say young people.
Or it's just more like if my parents tell me to do something, I'm like, I'm 30 now. Like, shut up. I know I live with Nanny, but I'm 30. Yeah, I felt the same way that I was like, I'm never going to get in a relationship with somebody because then like I'm going to have to break up with them. But I think that we talked about this last season that is very common now, this idea of slow love, that you kind of like date and ease in for a while.
I told my girl to be patient with me.
Yeah. How long did it take?
Months.
Yeah.
Months. And she put up with months knowing that I was probably potentially dating. She, couldn't confirm, couldn't deny, but like she knew. And I was never misleading her. I was just like, I just need time. Yeah. But I said this. I was like, I won't waste a second of your time.
Right. So keep doing what you're doing.
Meaning, if I feel that this isn't going in the right direction, you will know the second I feel that.
Yeah.
I think, and I learned maybe too late in life that women respect the not wasting their time
100%.
way more than they respect being like nice but bullshitting.
Yeah.
I mean, and especially women who are 30. I've like before my girl, I would like date these women. I'd be like, hey, listen, I don't see it going towards a relationship. I'm enjoying this time, but I don't want to waste your time. Mm-hmm. And I was thinking that the girls would be like upset because they feel rejected. Mm-hmm. Literally every time I ever said that, they were like,
oh my God, thanks so much.
Dude.
Yeah, moving on.
They like, it was like we could have been friends that moment afterwards.
Yeah.
Because like they're like, oh shit, he actually respects me.
Yeah. Duh.
Yeah. But it's hard as an empath, right? You're like, I don't want to hurt this person's feelings.
Totally. Yeah. But in the long run, if you're an actual person that cares about their feelings, you don't let them grow. You nip it in the bud.
That's it.
Yeah. I was about to cheat on a guy once at a party. I called him and I broke up with him instead.
Really? And then went and cheated?
No,
Or
I
not cheated?
still didn't. But I was like, oh, I just had this feeling that I really wanted to hook up with another person. Like, I guess we can't date anymore.
Did you explain it to him like that?
No. There were other things too. He was
Good.
just like super boring.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
I don't think you need to like drive the needle into his heart.
You don't need to do that.
But you can just break up because
No,
that's
just
the
like,
most
you
honest
know,
feeling.
yeah, I'm not feeling it anymore.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's great.
Yeah.
It's just a hard thing to do.
Yeah.
And doesn't get easier. Like you need to keep on doing it. It's like stand up.
Mm-hmm.
You need to keep on doing it to know that you can do it. You take 2 years off. It's not like you walk back on that stage and then you got your fucking chops.
Yeah.
You need to do it every week.
Always be dating and breaking up with people.
Break girls' hearts all the time. That's the message.
Get your spiel down. Reduce it to an elevator pitch.
Season 3.
Yeah.
Breaking hearts.
You have a lot of stand-up about pooping and farting. Not like a ton. Not a ton. But a fun amount. There was a good
I have any
wiping
farting
with,
jokes?
maybe not farting, but a wiping with a maxi pad joke. That was great. You remember that?
Oh, yeah. What was this?
That you stuck it to your hand.
Wait. Oh. The joke was about how much toilet paper women use. And I never knew it until I lived with these 3 girls.
Right.
And the joke was about just living with women and like the things I learned that like, what was it exactly? Is I thought it was going to be tits everywhere. It was actually
but there's hair everywhere.
right?
Yep.
And then the toilet paper thing and having nothing left, and then the maxi pad, and then it had the sticky thing, and it makes the best thing. Yes,
Yes, the best for wiping.
Yeah. I had to correct the way you described my humor as shitting and farting.
I know.
Pooping and farting.
I know. Well, that was the note I wrote for myself. Usually Charlotte would wite the notes for me, and she would be like, this is what you say. And I'm like, bring up the poop.
Sure. All right, let's go. Are we going to
Bring
get
up
into
the poop.
a convo about scat?
Well, no. So you
Scat
lived
porn?
with 3 girls. You've had girlfriends. I'm currently at the point in my relationship where we are very open about farting and pooping.
Right.
And
I don't play that.
I've never been happier.
No, don't do that shit.
Why?
No, certain lines you don't cross. I fart, I poop, you don't do either.
Not fair.
No, life ain't fair.
Not fair.
You have to realize some of these things we do to maintain our attraction to
mystique?
you. Fuck mystique. It's not about mystique. Not everything has to be open. I'm very, very serious about this shit. Like what we were talking about earlier about like when there's no predators. This is society unraveling itself.
Okay, I'm not popping into this episode anymore after this, but I just thought you should know because we don't cover this on the Patreon thing. But this is an instance where, so Andrew's very vehemently saying, girls can't poop, girls can't fart, we can, blah, 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 blah. But fast forward to February 2020, and he posts on his story a picture of his girlfriend in the bathroom on a plane, clothed, but him in selfie mode laughing. And then the caption is, one of us has been pooping this whole flight and it's not me, or something like that she's been shitting up a storm and it's not him, and ha ha ha, but he's in the bathroom with her and taking care. And then I responded to the story, ha ha ha, this is the truest love. And he said, that's what I'm saying. So that's adorable. And now poop's okay with him. So maybe he just was saying they weren't there yet. And he was just jealous that me and Ben were at the poop stage. Also, oh my God, how cute is this? You know, earlier in the episode when he was like, our anniversary is April 17th. Today's like April 12th. So I'm going to remind him that it's his anniversary week, just in case he doesn't remember. I could save him from getting in trouble. That's a good friend. All right, back to the episode.
This is society unraveling itself. Like, the fact that girls are like pegging dudes, the fact that like girls are like putting fingers in guys' asses.
You don't like that?
It's not about whether you like it or not. I'll never let a girl put anything in my ass. Maybe her tongue on it, but never in it. Because you can never look at a man the same way.
You'll see.
No, it's not about me, right? It's not about me. It's about like, you can never respect a man the same way after you put something in his asshole. There's no possible way. You just can't. You could say it right now.
Yeah.
But there's no way a guy can be bent over and you can be behind him grabbing his hips and fucking him in his ass. And then the next day you're like, that's the guy that's going to protect and provide me. Like, there's no way. I just can't. And that's the thing, is like, you don't even get anything physically pleasurable out of that experience the only thing you get out of that experience is degrading the man.
Or if they like that, then you get the pleasure of giving them the pleasure.
If they like that, then that's a different, they got some shit. They got
there's a guy. No, I used to think similarly, but then there was a guy who was my best friend's older brother, and he looked just like Robert Pattinson. And then I found out that he liked getting pegged, and I was like, ew. But then I found out it was from like this really hot girl, and I was like, okay.
No. You can't. You just break something down. Like, there are certain barriers we need.
But some people can.
Look, some people got 11 fingers.
I know.
Most people don't. So we make gloves with 10. So if we're talking about a glove, if we're giving out advice, some people, they orgasm by rubbing their pussy on like the corner of a wall right there.
A lot of people can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like that might be one way. That's probably not the advice you give on right? But like there's certain people, they get off on weird shit.
Yeah.
If we're giving like universal, don't fuck your boyfriend in his ass. Don't bring it up. Don't try to shove shit in his ass, because you won't respect him the same way afterwards. And I've spoken to girls who are like, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
That happened.
See, I've put fingers in butts of boyfriends, and I haven't felt differently.
Fingers are a weird thing because it's becoming like quite common. I wouldn't let it happen, but it's becoming quite normal, and like
it's kind of cool to be able to like feel like the whole dick in,
I don't know. It's just like,
I don't know, but
it's
maybe
a whole myth. Like this whole thing, like the male G-spot, that's not even real.
It is the prostate.
It's not real. Like, this is the biggest fucking thing. Talk to any doctor. You can't stimulate a prostate by putting your finger up there. You can rub it and then like prostate juice comes out. It's not cum. It's this fluid that is.
I don't think it's supposed to be cum. I think it's just supposed to enhance like the whole area.
Right, but people said, and it was in that movie with Stifler or whatever like that, or like it was called Road Trip or some shit.
Yeah.
You get fingered in your ass a bunch, and then all of a sudden you shoot a load out of your dick. It's not how it works. It's not how it's ever worked. It's complete bullshit.
But you've never tried it.
I spoke to a doctor about it because I knew it was a fucking myth.
No, you found some doctor.
I was on Bobby Kelly's podcast. Bobby Kelly was telling me,
Yeah.
Bobby's into all that weird shit. So he was telling me, no, that's where the male G-spot is. I was like, this is a myth gay dudes made up so they could finger your fucking asshole.
No.
Right? 100%. And I'm like, call a doctor right now. Call a doctor right now and ask him. And we called the doctor, and he was like, nah, dude, it's not like 100% thing. And when any fluid that comes out after rubbing it isn't an orgasm or cum, it's actually just prostate fluid or seminal fluid or whatever that shit is, but it doesn't have any sperm in it or anything. So you're not achieving anything.
Of course it's not going to have sperm in it. It's in your ass.
Well, usually
Sperm
cumming
lives
has sperm.
No, I don't have any sperm.
The liquid doesn't come out of your butthole. It comes out of your dick.
Oh.
You thought when Stifler came, it leaked out of his asshole?
I thought you said the prostate squirted.
So the prostate, if you go up the asshole, right?
Yeah.
The prostate. What are those ducts that bring like the cum from your balls?
The vas deferens and the epididymis.
Yes, I think both of those pass through the prostate, or the prostate surrounds them, or some shit like that. So there's some like way to stimulate. If we had a picture, we could like look it up. They brought it up on this thing, but it's not a button you push and then guys ejaculate. Which is how it's promoted, and often how women get you to put fingers in their ass. They're like, that's where the male G-spot is. No, it's not.
See, I was never doing it just because I was like, oh, I want fingers. I was like, oh, I heard that this is nice for people, so I want to do something nice.
Every guy that I've ever known that has had it happen to them has told me it's amazing.
Oh, great.
Every guy.
Great.
They said it's great.
Okay.
Still not doing it.
That's fine.
Swimming with sharks is cool.
But that's amazing. But
that's...
Yeah, that's great. But you don't want to stop anybody else from swimming with sharks.
I might.
No.
I might be like, don't swim with those sharks. What's the point? Just look at them. They're right there in the water. Just look at it. Why don't you have the sharks just kind of like get close to your asshole, but they don't have to like go inside it. That's what I would say. Just lick it. You don't need to do it. Why do we need to do everything?
So you let somebody lick your butthole but not put anything up it?
100%. Love the licked
Whoa.
butthole. Really love it. Yeah.
Whoa. Okay,
really enjoy it.
Both of the... Yeah, neither have ever requested or, yeah.
No, I love the lick butthole. I think it's awesome.
Okay.
Very sensitive place of the body, the butthole.
I know.
Yeah.
So I'm curious that you wouldn't be interested in going past. But if the rim is...
that's the limit.
The rim's the limb.
The rim's the limb.
Okay.
Yeah. And that's
okay.
It's okay.
But if the rim's not the limb, you go past that second knuckle, baby.
You go second knuckle?
I don't know. I've got how little my finger is.
Still, dude, that's too far.
No.
That's too far.
You think?
Yeah.
Think about how much shit you guys shove up in us.
Yeah, but you're supposed to be shoved up
in our guts.
But you're supposed to. That's like the point. Like if stuff was supposed to go in your asshole, you wouldn't shit out of it.
No, because you eat in your mouth and you also throw up.
Why do you throw up?
Because you're sucking dick.
No, you throw up because you ate the wrong shit. Right? So it's punishment.
Perhaps.
And you're not supposed to suck dick. Like you guys do it, but it's not like what the mouth was built for.
Yeah. Oh my God. This is a great note from me to me.
Mm-hmm.
It says tits, butts, ginies, or face. When you see a person, what's your number one?
Face, feet, and then I move up.
Really?
Yeah. It goes face, feet, leg shape, and proportion.
Okay.
But tits, I guess.
Cool.
Tits or whatever to me.
See, this was very interesting. And this is just called a preference.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't mean everybody needs to be have the most
how you all should
amazing
look.
feet.
If you don't look like that, then
then he won't specifically date you. But I think it's really interesting to hear people's orders of like importance.
Yeah, completely different.
Completely different for every feet.
Feet are a deal breaker for me, big time. Complete
like
deal
in
breaker.
Shallow Hal. You're the Jason Alexander character. Remember the girl has like a one longer toe.
Yeah.
And she's stunning otherwise.
Not a big fan of that.
Not a big fan.
Can't overlook it.
Hilarious.
Yeah, it's a weird thing for me. Now, what has happened that I've realized is like when you really get along with someone, there are things that you thought that you cared about, but you actually don't really. Mm-hmm. And I think when physical stuff makes a big deal to you,
yeah,
it's actually highlighting the fact that you're not that compatible with that person.
Right, because there's not stuff you're willing to overlook.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right. So
you ever hear the Richard Burton quote, "Love is the highest degree of tolerance"?
No.
Well.
Now I've heard it.
Yeah, now you've heard it. But it's like what are you willing to put up with?
Yes.
And if you're willing to put up with something that's not exactly your preference, it's like, I probably really like this person.
Yes.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
Now, there's certain things, but like, yeah, for me, that's what I like. I like proportion. You know, I'm into that. But I'm not like a big tit guy. I almost think it's like a poor investment because big tits don't age well.
Sure.
You know?
Yes.
Take a lot of like maintenance and like, I like some tit.
Well, tit also can be very painful, big tits.
Yeah.
On the back.
Yeah.
Makes your clothes fit funky sometimes.
I mean, they fit great. Let's be honest.
No, sometimes it can be
a problem.
Like, yeah, if my boobs, like I have like different size boobs throughout the month because I'm a fluctuating.
What's your smallest
woman? Probably a B.
And your biggest?
D.
You go from B to D.
Let's say I'm on my period and fat that month. D.
Whoa.
Yeah. Skinny and like period free. B.
Really?
Yeah.
So period makes you have bigger tits.
Yeah.
That makes
Some
no
people.
sense.
Oh, it does. It's like the hormones.
Yeah, but like why would you look the most ready for giving a baby at a time when you couldn't get a baby?
I don't know. Evolutionarily, it does not really make any sense.
Right? It makes sense like right at peak fertility, your tits just fucking sprouted up.
I think maybe they do get bigger the week before.
Nah.
So maybe that...
Well, no, what is it? 2 weeks before is the thing.
I don't know anything about fertility.
Yeah. You're on that birth control?
IUD life.
Really? You're not worried about that?
Why?
I mean, just like shoving hormones in your body.
No,
like...
mine's hormone free. It's just the copper one. It makes the uterus an unlivable environment for a child.
And how does it do that?
I don't know.
With hormones?
No, it's just copper.
What, so copper in a pussy makes the sperm not want to swim in it?
Yeah, it's like kryptonite. I got off of hormonal, like taking every day.
Right.
And then did the IUD, and I was like, I don't want the hormonal one. They're like, cool, there's a copper one that's got no hormones. It's just a there's something with the copper wire.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if I buy it.
So the first orgasm.
I was jerking off in my shower for a while without coming, And then I would jerk off for a while, and then I would pee afterwards, and then I would like touch the pee and then taste it to see if it wasn't tasting like pee. Because I understood what an orgasm was, but I understood the idea of having one. Like,
how old were you?
I don't know.
Like 12?
I would say between like 12, 13.
Okay.
13.
But like people enough were talking about it that you knew it was a thing.
Yes. And I'm sure like I'd seen like porn or something like that to know that like there was a motion. I knew I had the motion down, but I didn't understand, I guess, similar to you, which was like, how do I really get this out? Because I didn't understand what it even was.
Right. I didn't know we were trying to reach a goal.
I knew there was a goal because I saw the visual of the goal, right?
You didn't have that. You didn't see girls squirting or...
There's no... Well, there. Yeah, exactly. There's no visual.
You saw people going like, and I could go like,
Right. That's why I tasted the pee, because I was like, okay, that is shot out.
I still smell it when I squirt. I'm like...
There's got to be pee.
It's not pee.
It is pee. What is it?
No, there's pee in there, but I've done so many tests.
I want you to stop and rewind the podcast.
Yeah, there's pee in there.
No. I want you to stop and rewind the podcast to how this conversation started.
I said,
it's not pee. I go, it's pee. You go, it's not pee. And I go, what is it? You goes, well, there's some pee in there.
Okay, how about this?
So it's pee.
Is soup carrots? There's carrots in there.
Yeah, it is.
But it's soup.
Yeah. If someone was allergic to carrots, would you feed them that and be like, no, it's just soup?
Okay.
That's all I'm saying. There's fucking pee in there.
Okay. I just wouldn't call it carrots.
You don't have to call it carrots. But if you're allergic to carrots,
then
you're not going to give it to them.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
It's carrot soup.
Any of you allergic to pee? No, it's sterile. Get down there.
I'm not anti-pee. I'm not anti-pee here at all. I'm just saying you're not storing these like big sacks of water inside you.
Right.
The only water you really got is pee. So it's got to be pee.
Other water. We're 70% water. Did you know?
I don't even buy that. I do not buy that.
You can't just say this shit.
No. 70% water is absurd.
It's truth.
No, but it's not like real water. It's like, all right, blood is water because there's a water component in blood to make it liquid.
Yeah, but
that
I'm
doesn't
not
mean
squirting blood.
Exactly. It's not straight water. And it's not like there's a filtration system in your body that takes blood and then turns it into H2O.
You guys are going to learn nothing from this episode.
You're going to learn that all things they say is bullshit. Because people say fucking statistics and we run with it. They're like, your body's 70% water.
It's true.
And you're walking around in this thing that's bones and skin all fucking day. And then you start to go, yeah, I guess it's 70% water. No, it's not. It's like 2% water.
You ever shake it around?
What are you shaking?
Water.
Urine.
Organs.
Urine. Seminal fluid.
Yeah.
That's it.
But you're pro squirt.
Yes, I like squirting.
Yeah, it's great. I also love that you're pro queef. You understand that is a compliment.
I like the queef.
Yeah.
Here's the thing about pro squirt. Let me back that up.
Oi.
I'm not. Put it this way. I've dated plenty of squirters.
Yeah.
There's a position and type of sex that I think is like, I would say 8 out of 10 guarantees squirting.
What is it?
It's just laying down, girl gets on top, inserts fully, hands go underneath the legs and kind of hook around the thighs, and then it's just a rock back and forth.
Whoa.
So what it does is like the dick kind of puts a lot of pressure on the inside of the pussy, but the rocking also stimulates the clit because it's just like skin on skin.
Yep.
Okay? And in my experience, if you're a squirter already, guaranteed you squirt. If you're not, there's a high percentage that you do squirt. It's at first it's fun. It also like is very good for like getting women to achieve orgasm because they have a lot of the control of like what's going on.
Yeah, totally.
You know, you're rocking them, but essentially like they know how far the dick is in them. They're on top, and like everything is being pushed up against.
Yeah.
Which is, I guess, important for women that there's like pressure.
Contact and pressure. Yeah.
Yes. So
skin on skin. You said it. It's like we like that.
You like skin on skin.
We like skin.
That's how you're built. So for me, it was always cool when a girl squirted and everything was great and la 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 la. There comes a point of diminishing returns. I don't like doing my fucking laundry that much.
I know.
And I feel like the squirting I dated one girl who was just like a mess. It was a mess. It was like I would monitor how many beverages she drank a day
Yeah.
to see if it evened out with how much liquid would come out of her pussy when we fucked. And I'm not even joking.
What did the
She must have
data
been
show?
sneaking beverages just to sustain that level of like liquid
Yeah.
coming out of her body. It was insane. It was insane. And it was to the point where by the end of like a weekend, we would have no sheets on the bed because we were like, there's no point. Like,
Yeah,
let's just let the mattress soak this up and it'll be gross. And then when you leave, then I'll put
take
something.
care of everything.
But it's like, you don't want to live that life.
I know. No, I rarely let myself do it anymore because I'm just
you can control it
Oh, yeah.
as a girl?
Yeah. I just stop. If I'm like, oh, it's happening.
But then can you come?
But then it's fine. There's a little towel called the companion, and you put it under your butt, and it absorbs. Like I squirted like a quart the other day, and I was like just by myself, and it was like sick. And then I like lifted it up, and I was like, "What? It's completely
Soaked
dry."
right through.
No, not at all. It's like the most absorbent thing ever. Go on our products page. We get a little kickback.
Dude, that's a great idea. But what about when you're fucking? You want to like move around a bit, change some positions, etc.
There are sheets that go over the whole thing
But
that
then
are
it's so
absorbent.
like it's not sexy to like set up the bed.
No,
and,
like you can already have it underneath. Like it's underneath your other sheet.
Yeah, but now that sheet gets soaked. Now I have to wash that sheet.
You do have to wash that sheet.
Listen, I'm not trying to like
Or you could
shame
take
people
off the sheet. You have your bed made normally. You've got the absorbent sheet under.
Right.
Then you've got the little sheet above it.
Yeah.
Then you do a little boom. Like those,
Right.
that happens real fast.
Yeah. Or you
That's
could just
faster
not
than putting on a condom.
pee all over the bed. That'd be cool.
Mwah.
I'm just saying there has to be a way to do both. Like you don't squirt every time you come, or you definitely do, because it's possible
No.
to squirt without coming,
Definitely.
right?
Yeah.
Matter of fact, most times I
Yeah.
imagine it happens prior to actually coming.
I don't know.
I don't know if it's like synced up exactly, right?
I don't know. I think it's different every time, honestly. I should keep a journal.
Or maybe it's after, right? But like
Yeah.
it's rarely synced to like the squirt happens and then you're coming in that moment. Guys would like to believe that. We'd like to
Right.
go, oh my God, she's
Yeah,
squirting.
no.
That means she's coming. Not at all.
No.
I understand that. My ego's checked with that.
Yeah.
And I think once I started realizing that when they were coming but not squirting, when they were squirting but not coming, I was like, well, what the fuck is the point of this? Like,
Yeah.
I'll wash the sheets if
Yeah,
I
yeah,
know
yeah.
I'm pleasing you.
Yeah.
I'll wash the sheets if I know that like you're getting this same experience out of sex as I am.
Right.
I'm not going to wash the sheets if I'm failing.
Just cause. Yeah.
I just failed you sexually
Yeah.
and I got to do laundry.
And also, it's not like you're getting at, because some women are like, oh, you want to make me squirt because it's hot for you to watch? Like, if it's not your thing, then like,
I think it's hot.
and no one's getting off, then
It's I'm not anti at all.
yeah.
I'm anti the side effects.
No, me too.
I think we all
It's
agree.
tough.
That's why you have a fucking
It's
napkin
tough.
for it.
Yeah.
Because you're like,
Yeah.
there's an issue here.
Yeah. And guy cum, easier, more viscous,
I don't know what that means.
like more,
Gelatinous?
yeah.
It's like Chinese food.
Yeah.
Yeah.
MSG.
What is it
I
called?
said MSG.
No, what is that? It's
Isn't it MSG?
It's like Ronnie Chang's Instagram story. Do you follow Ronnie?
Yeah.
You know, he's always eats at like the best restaurants, and there's like this gelatinous substance.
Oh, yeah. No, I don't know what it's called, though.
Whatever.
It's
But
cum.
yes.
And that's easier to cup
Clean up
in your
and it's not that
hands.
much. It's
Yeah.
on your belly or some shit. It's on your
Yeah.
back. It's like one wipe and it's out of here.
Yeah. I loved your joke about how queefs are feedback.
Yes, I love them. It's great.
And yeah, I just would like people to know that, because it's like,
Please don't
you
be
should,
insecure
you
about
should
that.
feel, yeah.
It is so hot. Don't be insecure. I think it's no guy would ever judge you at all for
Also,
making
they
a
put
queefing
the
sound.
air in there.
100%.
They pumped you up.
Exactly.
If they
Their fault.
couldn't make you queef, that's their thing. I can't say
Right.
that either. Oh my
Yeah.
God.
No, because like if they don't make you queef, it's not like you did anything wrong or they did anything wrong.
No,
It just didn't happen.
It just didn't happen.
But you doing the queefing, listen, if it's queefing or squirting, burp away. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Right? No cleanup with the queef. It's still this cool sound.
Yeah.
There's a funny giggle that girls always do afterwards. You could still be bashful about it. I think that's adorable.
Yeah.
You don't have to like queef and be like, yeah, like some guy who burps at like a frat party.
Yeah.
You have to
See,
be
that's
Brad
the part where I
about
think
it.
I'm like too comfortable that I'm like,
That's cute. That's cute. Just don't like do it and be like,
you like that?
yeah, exactly. That might be a little crazy.
Yeah. I also liked how you were saying that you make noise for us. Guys
100%.
make noise for women when they're coming because you've trained yourself to silently come. And I, like,
100%.
yeah.
Do you even want to hear a guy making that? Like, is that sexy for a guy to be like, oh, yeah?
Yeah, no, I've been pretty put off by someone doing that before. Usually I just need the face. I know what's happening.
The face, there's two ways
Do
to
the
tell.
face.
Ready? Face.
Yeah.
The other way, and this is the real way. What does that go?
What, the little sizzle when it's like happening in the dick and you can feel it?
Oh, that is like next level shit. That's
Yeah.
how you're paying real attention to what's happening in the
Real
dick. So you
attention.
could actually feel the
Yeah.
guy bubbling up.
Yeah.
If you can't do that, all you have to do is listen to his breathing. I will fight back a cum with breathing. So if I'm like it's to the point, and I think I told a joke about it, and my girl like watched the joke.
Yeah.
So now when we're fucking and she hears me go, she just starts laughing while she's on top of me. She just fucking because she knows I'm trying my hardest.
One more rep in at the gym.
That's it. I'm the fucking guy
Yeah.
in front of the mirror at the barbell station, dude.
Okay, breathe in. All right, now crunch.
Yes, but that's it. It's like I'm trying to get any semblance of control.
Yeah.
I stop making eye contact. I'm looking at the ceiling. I'm looking away. I'm doing.
Yeah.
That's the only way I can hold back a cum. If you sense that, 100%, you know what you're doing.
Awesome.
And it's in your best interest to fucking back off.
Yeah.
You know, unless you're ready to go.
Yeah.
But that's it. Breathing. Any
That's amazing.
breathing that sounds exexaggerated is real. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because a sound a guy will fake to just be like, that feels good. But like if a guy's panting
Yeah.
or like really trying to like get mindful.
Yeah.
Like if he's going for like a straight like yoga meditative state,
Yeah.
something's happening.
I think it might be the same for girls too. Like, I guess I have made noise alone, and I've always been like shocked by myself that I'm like, oh, look at us having sex alone. But like, yeah, I think for the most part, like it's probably performative. It's to be like, hey, look, you're doing a great job, and
Yep.
like, yeah, and like, but like, I don't need to say yeah. If I could telepathically tell you yeah,
Yeah.
that would be ideal.
Yes.
If everyone was just silent and like then like looked like they were gonna die at one point,
But we knew
but we knew.
deep down. But
Yeah.
I love noise from a girl. I think that's the best. Or even some dirty talk and like a confident dirty talk. Not like a yelling,
Yeah.
but like a ASMR or whatever that shit is.
I'm like, I'm gonna eat some pasta today while I'm fucking you.
Dude, that would be the best thing a girl ever said. These grapes are crunchy.
I'm gonna crush some ice and then suck your dick.
Yes. Yeah, dude.
amazing.
I mean, it doesn't have to be whispered, but yeah, something like that is always. I just think.
Tapping on that of your penis. I'm just gonna do a whole ASMR episode eventually, you guys. This has been so fun. I feel like I've kept you too long, but we've covered some shit,
Cool.
and yeah, I'd love to have you back anytime.
Anytime you want. This was fun. Thank
So
you for
fun.
very much for having me.
Of course, I have to ask this to anyone I'm having a sexual experience with,
Okay.
which this was.
Okay.
Andrew Schulz, did you finish?
I did.
Amazing.
I finished. You did it.
Amazing. Thank you for coming.
For sure.
Can you tell everybody where they can find you online?
Yeah, just check out my YouTube. YouTube.com/The Andrew Schulz. And I'm on Instagram and all that kind of stuff. It's Andrew Schulz. No T in Schulz. SCHULZ. And
Cool.
yeah, if you like some stuff, keep watching.
Guys, you can follow me at Remy Casimir and also the podcast at How Come Podcast. If you want to see me live doing stand-up, check that out on Instagram Live Wednesday and Saturday nights, 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific time. Remy's Comedy Club. We go live from that account. Also, I mentioned Andrew's Corona's Got Talent. He does that on his Instagram live. Check that out. Also, check out the Patreon episode that we have, the extras with Andrew. We have this completely unedited audio with a lot more extras, a lot of shit we couldn't say, and then an unedited extra video that Andrew and I recorded the other day, talking about Corona's Got Talent and just the state of the world right now. That is at patreon.com/howcome. Again, if you want to check out our merch, go to howcomepodcast.com. And if you need more, if you want more podcast, I have another podcast. I don't usually promote this shit in this podcast, but you know what? It's a time that people are bored and they're looking for a new show and they want to binge with a friend. I am that friend. You guys check out my other podcast, We Really Love Island. It's about the British reality show phenomenon, Love Island. Emily Wilson from season 1 of this podcast recorded season 1 of We Really Love Island with me. We watch the whole season of Love Island and recap it. And then Layla Michelle, who you heard on season 2 of this podcast, does season 2 with me. And I might do season 3 with Ben. We will see. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, TikTok. Send me your mail. If you got some funny sex stories, sad sex stories, anything you want shared on the podcast, write us at info@howcomepodcast.com. And check in with our Instagram every so often because we are doing live forums every other Sunday. So check that out and we'll see you on the internet for now. All right. Thanks, guys. We'll see you next time on How Come. Goodbye.
Bye.
It's not you, it's me. I try so hard to finish honestly. They say you'll know when you go all the way from A right down to O. Oh no, I think that I still got a ways to go. Oh, I'm sick of this and I have got to know. How come? How come? How come I can't achieve? How come I can't achieve? I'm rolling up my sleeves. I'm rolling up my sleeves. Oh baby, I believe these guests can help. 'Cause I can't do it by myself. I wanna jizz